Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wanur Alia binti Wanur. So today we want to present about how National Anti-Drug Agency manage drug-free nation. What the meaning of drug-free nation? Drug-free nation, also known as the National Drug Policy, is a comprehensive and coordinated framework in effort to prevent, treat, and rehabilitate to reduce the harm of drug addiction problems in the country. Drug-free nation was established in 2017 after being updated and upgraded to the National Drug Policy of 1996. What the importance of drug-free nation? Drug-free nation is important to reduce the supply and demand for drug in Malaysia. Also serve as a reference in addressing drug issues. Drug-free nation managed by the Malaysian Anti-Drug Agency, which is Aadk since 2014, and serve as a reference for all drug enforcement agencies and including NGO. Drug-free nation introduced by the Cabinet meeting on March 10, 2017. Who the parties that need to follow drug-free nation? Among the parties that need to follow drug-free nation are schools, by introducing drug prevention education in schools, PPDA, through co-curricular activities and organized management and leadership activities. Community also need to participate in the success of the drug-free nation program to create a drug-free society. What the impact of drug-free nation? The impact of drug-free nation to community is can practice and continue a healthier lifestyle without drug. For country, it decreased crime rates in the country and the safety of the public is finally ensured.
So hi, my name is Ifah Christina Muntimawa Ashwin. Now we're going to talk about managing the issue, which is planning. So what is planning? Planning is the process of thinking ahead to achieve specific goals and objectives. It is involved outlining a sequences of steps, allocating resources, and making decisions to ensure that a project or a task is completed successfully. Essentially, planning is about anticipating future needs, identifying potential challenges, and taking proactive steps to guide actions in a structured and effective way. In management, planning is a fundamental activity that provides direction, reduces uncertainty, and helps in resources allocation. It is ensured that all team members understand their role and that the organization moves toward its desired outcome in an efficient and coordinated manner. One of the key of planning is setting objectives. The first step in planning is defining clear and measurable goals that you want to achieve. Objectives must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, which is SMART elements. So, there are three types of planning: strategic planning, tactical planning, and operational planning. Strategic planning is a long-term planning aimed to achieving overarching goal, often over a period of several years. It involves high-level decision and direction setting. For tactical planning, tactical planning is short-term planning, typically focused on how to implement strategy and achieve specific objectives within a department or function. Third, operational planning. Operational planning is day-to-day planning, dealing with a specific task and activity required to run the organization efficiently. So for the next slide, we're going to talk about the short-term planning by the National Anti-Drug Agency, Dadah. One of the short-term planning initiatives by the Dadah is the implementation of public awareness and education campaign aimed at preventing drug abuse. This initiative primarily focuses on disseminating information and educating the public, particularly students and teenagers, about the dangers of drug abuse and the benefits of leading a drug-free lifestyle. How Dadah implement a public awareness and educational campaign? It's by media outreach. Dadah runs national anti-drug campaigns across various media platforms such as TV, radio, and social media to reach a wide audience. The campaign is officially launched by the Director General of Dadah, Sutekno Ahmad Khalil, to ensure national involvement and support. Second, commitment engagement. The agency conducts seminars, workshops, and community outreach programs targeted at school, youth, and the general public. One of the prominent examples is the Perangi Dadah Habis-Habisan program, which has involved multiple stakeholders to ensure its success, such as PDRM, Royal Malaysia Police, conduct drug raids and law enforcement operations. Ministry of Health provides support for rehabilitation. School integrated anti-drug educations into their curriculum and conduct awareness program like Sayangi Hidup Elak Derita Selamanya. Local community establish neighborhood surveillance committees, volunteer patrols camp for monitoring drug-related activity. NGOs offer counseling and reintegrations programs for former addicts. The main goal is to raise awareness in communities about the dangers of drug use and to promote a drug-free lifestyle, especially among younger generation. Through coordinated campaign and collaborative effort, Dadah aims to prevent drug abuse before it becomes a significant issue. Next is the long-term planning by Dadah. Dadah long-term planning focuses on enhancing law enforcement to combat drug trafficking and productions alongside fostering national collaboration to strengthen the fight against drugs. This strategic approach is critical for curbing the drug problem on national scale. By strengthening law enforcement, Dadah worked closely with the Royal Malaysia Police PDRM to tighten border control and tackle drug trafficking, dismantle drug syndicates, and apprehend drug traffickers. This collaboration leveraged by unique expertise of each agency to ensure effective enforcement. Second, National Drug Policy Plan. Dadah play leading role in coordinating a comprehensive national strategy for drug prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation. This is led by the National Drug Policy Plan, which has five main thrusts. First, prevention education, enforcement, third, treatment and rehabilitation, fourth, harm reductions, and the last one, international cooperation. So, for the third one, collaboration with other government agencies, the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, and Ministry of Home Affairs play a key role in supporting Dadah efforts. These include enhancing education on drug prevention in school, medical support for rehabilitation, and working with international bodies for cross-border effort to combat drug trafficking. Fourth, role of NGOs and private sector. NGOs and the private sector, including drug treatment center, play an essential role in supporting rehabilitation and recovery programs. The involvement strengthens the overall anti-drug strategy and offer individuals affected by drug abuse and opportunities to reintegrated into society. The objective of the long-term planning is to build drug-free nations by creating a multi-agency, comprehensive approach to drug prevention and treatment.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aslinda Balkis binti Mat Aris. Right now, let's take a look managing the issue organizing. What is organizing? Organizing is defined as an association structure for complete the tasks such as implementing drug-free nations and the group or more people that exist and manage to accomplish the goal. Secondly, importance of organizing is effective utilizations of resources. This means that National Anti-Drug Agency functions to ensure the best possible utilizations of resources to manage drug-free nations in Malaysia based on the technical, human and financial. Next, we look at organizing strategy to manage drug-free nations. Firstly, through departmentalization. Departmentalization is the process of dividing the organizations into various departments. These departments have their own leadership and work together to complete the task. With large or complex projects, various departments can work together. So, the government take an actions to manage drug-free nations. On 30 December 2004, government established of National Anti-Drug Agency who are responsible for preventing, detecting, catching, enforcing and prosecuting offenders involved in drug offences. National Anti-Drug Agency has been empowered by the National Anti-Drug Agency Act 2004 to carry out preventive arrests. Therefore, Ministry of Home Affairs has combined all the agencies responsible for dealing with the drug offences into one agency to reach drug-free nation in Malaysia. Secondly, National Anti-Drug Agency has been established the National Anti-Drug Policy Implementation Coordination Sector Unit, which is MGDN. So, MGDN has four major types, which is Action Council of Drug Eradications as District MTMD, Federal Territory Drug Eradication as State MTMD, Coordinating Council of the Cabinet Committee on Drug Eradication as MPJKMD, and the last one is Cabinet Commits on Drug Eradication JKMD. So this unit has on their functions to make sure drug-free nations in Malaysia. So let's take a look one by one. District MTMD, they are responsible to ensure that the anti-drug program will be monitored and coordinated. State MTMD, they are implementations of policies, action plans, strategies and eradications program. MPJKMD, they are responsible for recommending all policies to combat drug symptoms in relation to preventive education and public awareness. And the last one is JKMD. JKMD control drug-free nations in Malaysia with law enforcement. Through the government strategy, they are taking actions to implementing immediate actions by focusing on combating drug smuggling and trafficking in Malaysia. So from this action, this is to ensure that our country free from drug. Last one is Truth Authority. So from the authority, they are ensuring the drug-free nations by combating anyone involved in drug Malaysia. So National Anti-Drug Agency responsible to taking right actions to carry out enforcements by controlling and preventing suspects who to be involved in drug. Therefore, National Anti-Drug Agency has provided a drug problem complaint through service portal. So from the service portal, National Anti-Drug Agency can obtain the data to control the drug in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nurai Natasha binti Muhammad Othman. So today, I'm going to talk about how Dadah manage decision making in their long-term and short-term planning. So first of all, we're going to learn about what is the actual meaning of decision making. Decision making is a process of choosing the alternatives to achieve the goal. It is a process which an individual choose one alternative from several to achieve the desired goal. This is said by Man Muhammad Prasad 2003. So, one of the decision making made by Dadah is to focus on penghijauan kawasan berisiko tinggi penagihan Dadah 2021-2025. So, this is one of Dadah's long-term planning to combating drugs in our country. So, there are 4 action phases to achieve penghijauan kawasan berisiko tinggi penagihan Dadah. So, first action is cleaning. This is to decide the supply chain of drug throughout port cleaning. The action is made based on complaints from community that have been reporting the drug cases in their community or villages. Second action is intervention, known as prevention program or treatment rehabilitation, to give knowledge to the community to increase cooperation with the government. This is also to maintain harmonies in the area so that people will be in more peace in their community after know the knowledge on how to report to Dadah about any active port in their community. Okay, for the third phases, we have strengthening to do a follow-up program to the target group for the reinforcement of protection. This is to make sure the community feels safe after Dadah make some reinforcement, security and protection to the target groups. So the last phases is maintenance. It require hard involvement and commitment of the community in giving the feedback towards the addiction issue. So for all of the action phases in this, we know that the community play an important role in combating drugs. Not just action from Dadah is important, but also from the community themselves to make sure that they give enough cooperation to support Dadah and government to handle any drug cases in our country. Apart from that, we also have to do law enforcement. Why is it so important? It's because it's to make sure that law is updated to the current situation of drug issue and to ensure appropriate action taken with a fair conviction towards drug smuggler and drug addiction cases. Controlling is very important to make sure that we achieve the goal that we already planned. So for control the drug issues in our country, Dadah has set a standard and methods to measure the actual performance in combating drugs. This one is Dadah asks for a feedback from the community in high-risk areas regularly and make a new and clear analysis and data of a new drug information received by the community. After that, Dadah will take corrective action, as example monitoring and evaluation in the area. And after that, if appropriate, they will do a regular visit in the country and periodic patrol to perform inspection to the target group.
Besides that, the government, such as Aadk in cooperation with Royal Malaysia Policy, PDRM also take action in order to monitor every national border that believed to be a hotspot for drug smuggling activities. The border management by land and sea be strengthened through a five-front approach, namely the northern border of Kedah and Kelantan and the southern border of Sabah and Sarawak. Additionally, the Minister of Home Affairs aimed to build border fence and use the latest technology such as CCTV and drone, as well as constructing control posts to monitor these activities of drug supplying. Last but not least, the government pledged to enhance international and regional cooperation in addressing global issues in line with international and regional treaty obligations, as well as Malaysia's anti-drug strategic plan 2021 to 2025. The government also committed to continuing effort to expand bilateral cooperation, especially with neighboring countries, which is Thailand and Indonesia. The impact positive of cooperation with international countries can advance the objective of promoting and protecting health, public safety and overall security and well-being for all people, in line with sustainable development goals. Besides that, the government, such as Aadk in cooperation with Royal Malaysia Policy, PDRM also take action in order to monitor every national border that believed to be a hotspot for drug smuggling activities. The border management by land and sea be strengthened through a five-front approach, namely the northern border of Kedah and Kelantan and the southern border of Sabah and Sarawak. Additionally, the Minister of Home Affairs aimed to build border fence and use the latest technology such as CCTV and drone, as well as constructing control posts to monitor these activities of drug supplying. Last but not least, the government pledged to enhance international and regional cooperation in addressing global issues in line with international and regional treaty obligations, as well as Malaysia's anti-drug strategic plan 2021 to 2025. The government also committed to continuing effort to expand bilateral cooperation, especially with neighboring countries, which is Thailand and Indonesia. The impact positive of cooperation with international countries can advance the objective of promoting and protecting health, public safety and overall security and well-being for all people, in line with sustainable development goals.
Lastly, as a conclusion, National Anti-Drug Agency play an important role with various developing strategies in order to manage drug-free nations in Malaysia. This is because to ensure our society's safety from any dangerous situations and crime to maintaining our peace and harmony. So, we take a look for the strengths at how successful Dadah efforts had an impact on managing drug-free nations by producing the anti-drug campaign in Malaysia for public awareness to make sure they do not get involved in drugs. So, the community in Malaysia show a strong support for the campaign that has been produced by Dadah. Strong support from the community will be able to make the anti-drug campaign successful to make sure they develop a drug-free nation.
So next, for the second element in the SWOT analysis is weakness. First, limited resources. One of the most significant weakness Dadah faces is lack of the financial resources. This is directly impact the agency ability to carry out essential activities such as awareness campaign, addiction treatment programs, and educational initiative. With insufficient funding, Dadah cannot expand its program nationwide, limiting its ability to reach all communities in need. Second, societal challenges faced by the drug addict is social stigma. In Malaysia, drug addiction is often viewed with the negative connotations, and individuals who are struggling with substance abuse may fear being judged by society. The social stigma make it more difficult for people to seek help, as they may feel ashamed or embarrassed about their addictions. So, we can conclude here, the weakness of limited resources and social stigma pose significant challenges for Dadah in fulfilling its mission to combat drug abuse and addiction in Malaysia. The lack of sufficient funding prevent Dadah from implementing nationwide campaign and expanding recovery centre, which limit the reach and effectiveness of its program. Meanwhile, social stigma further compounds the issue by discouraging individuals from seeking help and hindering the implementations of progressive policies. Addressing this weakness requires increased funding for Dadah, as well as effort to reduce the stigma surrounding drug addiction through education, community outreach, and a shift in public attitude.
The third element of the SWOT analysis is opportunities by using external resources in order to achieve the goal. So, Dadah need to use technology such as social media to give an awareness about drug and work with efficiency and effectively in order to reach the goal, which is drug-free nation.
For the last element in SWOT analysis is threat. One of the threats that Dadah has been faces is new drug trend. The new drug trend is a serious threat to Dadah missions of a drug-free nation because it undermines the agency's ability to regulate, prevent, and treat emerging drug problems. The rapid evolution of synthetics and designer drugs that increases accessibility and the difficulty in regulation present major challenges to Dadah. This factor contribute to a growing public health crisis, particularly in the term of overdose risk and the long-term health consequences. So, for Dadah to achieve its mission, it will need to continually adapt its strategies to address the dynamic nature of the drug market. This include faster regulatory response, better public awareness campaigns, and improved enforcement capability and stronger international cooperation to combat the global distributions of new drugs.